It always starts with an idea. That idea turns into a plan that's usually got way too many holes in it. The plan turns into the first step, and then the second, and the third. And the steps, they always lead to an adventure.
Welcome, this is a farmhouse. We have cluster flies, alas, and this time of year is bad. We are so very sorry, there is little we can do.
This is the story of three friends from high school, each pursuing vastly different career options, who decided to go on a road trip from LA to Canada and back in 10 days.
One of the places we had always wanted to see is Big Sur, along the cliffs of California's coast. We arrived just in time for an amazing view of the sunset.
Lay down your slow, come settle down, settle down. Let loose your glow, come settle down, settle down. And I feel like for the very first time, love in my arms and the sun in my eyes. I feel safe in the 5 a.m. light. You carry my fears as the heavens set fire.
And then the Avenue of the Giants in Northern California, where we sat at the feet of 1,000-year-old redwood trees and were reminded of how small we actually are.
You and me, caught up in a dream, in a technicolor beat. Warm and alone, come settle down, settle down. Swing me your bones, come settle down, settle down. And I feel like for the very first time, love in my arms and the sun in my eyes. I feel safe in the 5 a.m. light. You carry my fears as the heavens set fire. Jump into the heat, spinning on a feet.
Portland was an amazing city with plenty of friendly people, and we enjoyed hanging out on the rooftop bars and playing pool, but we couldn't wait to get back on the road and see more of the beautiful views that surround the city. In the morning, we were greeted by typical Oregon weather, light showers and massive clouds that made for some great pictures.
Follow the sun, and which way the wind blows when this day is done.
Seattle was next on the list. Coffee, sushi, and a whole lot of walking made up our entire day.
Set your intentions, dream with care. Tomorrow's a new day for everyone, and a brand new moon and brand new sun.
And then finally, we made it past the Canadian border and into Vancouver.
The sun, the direction of the birds, the direction of love. Breathe, breathe in the air.
While hanging out in Vancouver, we talked to many people, and everyone seemed to say the same thing. We needed to visit Whistler. So we loaded up our gear and headed north once again. We stopped at a campsite along the way, where we pitched a tent, had some great food, and even better fireside conversations all throughout the night. It was the best night of sleep we got the entire trip. There's definitely something magical about the Canadian forests, and I wish we could have stayed for longer.
When John Ford said, won't you hop on into the stagecoach, baby, gonna take you for a spin, oh, whoa, whoa. Well, hey, little Hollywood, you're gone, but you're not forgot, you got the cash, but
Whistler, where we spent our last night before the return trip home. A tiny little ski town with the most welcoming, charismatic, and friendly people I've ever met. We had a great night, and we'll never forget the stories we heard and the ones we made. But it was time to make the 4-day journey back home.
I've spent too long away from home.
We had traveled just about 3,000 miles, stopping for anything that caught our attention. The Toyota RAV4 we drove basically became our own ecosystem at one point, and being in the car seemed more comfortable than being outside of it. But we made it, and were rewarded with one last sunset in Big Sur. We will never forget the memories that were made on our trip, and the people that we met along the way. The sights we saw will continue to press us to seek adventure, and to get out of the city, state, or country as often as possible. My hope is that this video will inspire you to do the same, and if only one person makes the first, second, and third step out onto the limb that is adventure, then this video has been a success. I know it's cliche to say it, but we really do only have one life to live on this earth. And while some sit at a desk and worry about a 401k, I will continue to seek out adventure. I will continue to seek experiences. I will continue to seek life. And I think you should do the same. Until next time, friends.